Just sit for 25 minutes every day to bring that calmness, that silence, that creativity into your daily life. Also known as shikantaza, just sitting. It's day 16, so what's happening? Day 16, what's happening? Day 16, I was unsettled last video, so what's happening? Has life kicked me in the... Or have I managed to keep my head on? Let's see, day 16. Let's see if anything positive has changed after 16 days. Firstly, I'm not as unsettled as I was a week ago, and that might be quite normal. I'd had a lot of changes, but normally I would panic about that or make decisions. But because I was just sitting, I would just say to myself, right, just sit, see what happens. I still panicked, I was still unsettled, but I didn't take any action based on that. And a week later, things are a lot better, things are a lot more settled. I may be getting a contract for my bin round. I'm supposed to be going from bin man to success, and I'm getting a contract as a bin man, so I'm not sure if that's going the right way, but it's more money. It's something happening, it's something positive. It also looks like I've got my move back to a livelier area and more a place that I want to be. So that looks like it's good, but that hasn't happened. But, you know, it looks like it's going to happen. So that's another positive. I've been to the bin. I can hardly walk today because I was doing some deadlifts because I'm trying to get stronger. As I mentioned in last week's video, as you get older, you need to get stronger because your muscles from the age of 30 are starting to diminish. That's why old people you see a little bit doddery and so on. So keep up that strength work. And I've joined the gym, fantastic time, excellent sauna, swimming pool, friendly people. So that's been a real positive since last week. And from sitting 25 minutes a day. I also do a bit of meditation in the sauna room as well. So who knows where it's going? But those are some of the positives. Who knows? Who knows where it's going? What do you mean? We're just ants. As I was working the bins last week, I had a few thoughts, a bit of bin wisdom, if you like. My first lesson was you can only do one bin at a time. And this reflects on life. Once you start to look ahead, once you start to look at your watch, once you start to think, I'm not going as fast as I should, I want to finish early, or whatever it is, the day gets more stressful. One bin at a time. One bin at a time. The second thing, and we got a little story here about the Chinese farmer. This is a famous Zen story. So this is farmer. He's working in his fields, he's got horses, one of them escapes, his main horse, shoots off, doesn't know where it is. The farmers come to see him and they say, we're really sorry you've lost your horse. And he says, we'll see. Next day, the horse comes back with 3 other horses. 3 wild horses have followed it back. The neighbours come again and they say, that's fantastic news. You must be over the moon. He says, we'll see. A couple of days later, his son falls off one of the wild horses as he's trying to tame it, breaks his leg. The neighbours, they come around a lot. The neighbours come around and they say, oh, your poor son, he broke his leg. I don't know how you're going to manage to bring in the harvest this year without your son's help. The farmer again says, we'll see. Later that week, the military come calling and they're looking to draft people into the emperor's army. They bypass his son because of his broken leg, and the neighbours are saying, you must be so pleased that your son isn't going into the army. And again, he says, we'll see. So how does this relate to the bins? Well, when I get the food bin, I work on the food waste. There's sometimes slugs in there, flies, maggots. We pour it into the bin. The maggots, the flies and the slugs will be thinking this is fantastic. We have found heaven. All this rotten food, and here we are right inside it. Then Once we've filled our big bin, we tip it into the back of the lorry and it gets crushed up, as do the maggots, as do the slugs, as do any flies that get caught up in it. So the lesson is, as with the Chinese farmer, we'll see. You never know what's bad, you never know what's good until over time and things unfold. As the maggots. So go against the tide. Every day, 25 minutes. Go against the tide. So don't lose your head like John the Baptist. Watch that calmness, creativity and silence start to come into your everyday life. And then you can go from bin man to success, the same as me, letting life unfold. But as the farmer says, it's only day 16, so we will see. We're going to have another little practice of sitting completely still. Shikantaza, or just sitting, is just that. You sit still and you stay aware. You may notice your breath, you may notice your thoughts, but there's no real goal apart from sitting completely still. So we're going to give it 2 minutes. I'll set my clock now. Here we go. 2 minutes, sitting completely still, nothing moved. Okay, that's the 2 minutes up. 16 days. Go against the tide. Sit still 25 minutes a day. That's it. And if you can't sit for 25 minutes, why not? You ain't got to do anything. You've just got to sit. So just do that. So see you next week. Stage left. Stage left. And hopefully by next week, there will be more positive news. More things changing for the positive, even though I'm doing very little apart from observing life unfold and take that creativity, that silence, that calmness of my sitting into my everyday life. So see you next week.